Grab your favorite beverage in your favorite Alpha tumbler or cup. If you don't have one yet, go to www.alphatumblersandcups.com. Let me tell you a story about me, the unwitting star of an office drama that could rival any daytime soap opera. Let's dive in. Picture this: a bustling office filled with the hum of computers and the clack of keyboards. I, Morgan, an energetic 25-year-old, had clawed my way up the corporate ladder with the tenacity of a caffeinated squirrel. My manager, bless his heart, recognized my talents and entrusted me with tasks far beyond my pay grade. Enter stage left, the enigma wrapped in a riddle that is my new coworker. Let's call her Jealous Incarnate. At 36, with the bitterness of a lemon left out in the sun too long, she sauntered into our office with all the grace of a bull in a china shop. From day one, it was clear she had a beef with me, though what that beef entailed remained as mysterious as the Bermuda Triangle. Now, my job is no walk in the park. We deal with sensitive information, tiptoeing through the minefield of corporate politics with the finesse of a tightrope walker on a windy day. But while I toiled away, Jealous Incarnate seemed more interested in playing office dress-up than actually, working. I tried to be the bigger person, showing her the ropes, guiding her through the maze of spreadsheets and memorandums. But it was like trying to teach calculus to a cat, futile and mildly insulting to both parties involved. I sighed to myself as Jealous Incarnate eyes glazed over as I attempted to explain the intricacies of our data entry system, and her responses ranged from blank stares to dismissive scoffs. Instead of heeding my wise advice, she'd chatter on and on about weekend plans, movie night on Friday, brunch and DIY art class on Saturday, and hiking on Sunday, all things she does by herself, she bragged. Note to self: beef up office security to prevent unauthorized entry by delusional coworkers. In her 3-month tenure, Jealous Incarnate was a masterclass in mediocrity, handling client information like a clumsy elephant in a delicate porcelain boutique. She scattered sensitive data like confetti at a wedding. Instead of tiptoeing through the minefield of corporate politics, she danced through it with all the grace of a hippo in ballet shoes. Her missteps blew up left and right. Memorandums are her kryptonite, often treated like crumpled napkins rather than vital directives. Oh, and let's talk about her spreadsheets. They resembled abstract art more than organized data. It was like watching a bad movie. Realizing her impending doom, she concocted a scheme straight out of a bad sitcom, suddenly morphed into a budget version of me, decorating her cubicle with the precision of a wannabe interior designer. Talk about identity theft in the workplace. I half expected her to start answering to my name. Was she hoping to camouflage her incompetence? Truly brilliant. Then came the social media stalking. Suddenly, my Instagram feed was flooded with comments from Jealous Incarnate, waxing poetic about my stunning visage. Flattery will get you nowhere, darling, especially when it's as transparent as a pane of glass. But the pièce de résistance? Her newfound habit of clinging to me like a barnacle on a ship. Every accolade I received in meetings was promptly followed by her sidling up to me, like a stray cat looking for scraps. And let me tell you, her purring was about as convincing as a kazoo rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. But beneath that saccharine facade lay a venomous viper. Her interactions with clients were less customer service and more verbal jousting match. False promises, misinformation, and contract tampering became her weapons of choice, leaving a trail of disgruntled customers in her wake. And yet, like a moth to a flame, she continued to gravitate toward me, spouting off about promotions and raises as if she were the office oracle, predicting my inevitable ascent to corporate glory with a tinge of bitterness. Aha, there it is. She knows I'm up for promotion. What's she up to, really? My coworkers warned me she is very jealous of me and is competing with me to get the promotion I was up for. Sure enough, Jealousy Incarnate, the office gremlin in human form, embarked on a mission to turn my promotion opportunity dream into a slapstick tragedy. Would her jealousy really drive her to sabotage my career? Well, it turns out yes, she would. Subtlety was not in her makeup. She attempted to sabotage me with all the grace of a toddler in a pottery store, accidentally misplacing crucial documents, conveniently forgetting to invite me to important meetings, and spreading rumors like wildfire became her daily routine. When confronted, Jealousy Incarnate donned her innocent facade, denying wrongdoing faster than a politician caught in a scandal. The manager, perplexed by the chaos, began to doubt me, his star employee unwittingly falling into her web of chaos and calamity. Only time would tell, but one thing was certain. In the theater of office politics, all's fair in love and war, and this is war. Saddle up, kids, here we go. Day 1. Armed with determination and a steely resolve, I set my plan into motion. I began by discreetly gathering evidence of jealous incarnate's sabotage attempts, documenting every misplaced document, every forgotten invitation, and every malicious rumor spread. Day 2 to 5. I meticulously covered my tracks, ensuring that jealous incarnate's attempts at sabotage are swiftly countered. I double-checked every document, attended every meeting, whether invited or not, and subtly started to undermine her credibility by planting seeds of doubt among our colleagues, like she tried to do to me. Day 6 to 10. As jealous incarnate's confidence in her sabotage tactics grew, I ramped up my efforts. I started leaving strategically placed traps for her to fall into, such as fake documents designed to expose her incompetence if she attempts to use them. Day 11 to 15. I took a more direct approach, confronting her head-on in subtle but pointed conversations. I subtly hinted that I'm aware of her actions, putting pressure on her to back off or face the consequences. Day 16 to 20. Her frustration mounts as her sabotage attempts continue to backfire. I meanwhile remained calm and collected, biding my time as I wait for the perfect moment to strike. Day 21 to 25. The tension in the office reached a boiling point as her behavior became increasingly erratic. My coworkers noticed her strange behavior too. Sensing an opportunity, I began laying the groundwork for my ultimate revenge, gathering evidence of her deceitful actions to present to their manager. Day 26 to 30. With all the pieces in place, I asked my manager for a meeting. He replied 2 o'clock on Wednesday was fine. It felt like an eternity, but finally the time arrived for me to present all my documentation and evidence of sabotage to my manager. We gathered in the conference room, and after I exposed all of jealous incarnate's dirty deeds, my manager was stunned someone would do such a thing, but surprisingly relieved to find out I had not lost my capability to do my job. Our manager summons jealousy incarnate into the conference room and confronts her with damning evidence of her sabotage attempts. Her world came crashing down as she realized the extent of my knowledge and the senselessness of her actions. Needless to say, her house of cards came tumbling down faster than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. In a swift and decisive move, our manager showed jealousy incarnate the door, escorting her out with all the dignity of a cat, wearing a cone of shame. As the dust settled, I stood in the eyes of my coworkers, triumphant in the face of a conniving coworker's sabotage attempts. I was victorious, my reputation untarnished, and my promotion secured. And as for jealousy incarnate, well, let's just say she won't be forgetting the name Morgan anytime soon. And as for me, well, let's just say my manager had a newfound appreciation for my integrity and work ethic. The moral of the story? Don't mess with me. And definitely don't mess with my career, because when it comes to office warfare, I play to win. If you have a story to tell about one of your coworkers, email me at stories@alphatumblrsandcups.com. Subscribe.